Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 21-day Mindful Movement Challenge. For today's sequence, I wanted to do something very, very simple and easy. This is one you can use for when you don't feel like moving, but when you want to do a bit of a mindful movement practice. So for this one, you can be sitting anywhere. You can be on your couch or on a chair or on the floor, and we're just going to be kind of moving our hands. We may end up doing some arm raises, but the movements themselves will be really simple today. So why don't we go ahead and get started with our 3 breaths. Choosing your sound for your exhale. Using this breath to really arrive on your mat in this moment. Letting the breath return to normal and really taking a moment to allow yourself to land. Maybe check in and ask yourself, what do you want to feel today? Or what do you need right now? Or perhaps a better question for you in this moment is, what would be good today, right now? And this mindful movement practice is really beneficial for focused attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin bringing our awareness to our breath, and we're going to coordinate a hand movement with each breath. So what we'll do is we'll inhale, and as we're inhaling, we're going to raise that right hand up. And then as we're exhaling, we're going to lower the right hand down, and then do the same with the left hand on the next breath. Exhale to lower. So just try that with me a few times. So you're inhaling, raising the right hand up. Exhale, raising the right hand or lowering the right hand down. Inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale down. And then what we want to do for the focused attention is get the timing of the breath to synchronize with the movement. So the amount of time that it takes you to raise up, we're going to time that with our inhale, and then we're going to synchronize, lowering the hand with the exhale, and seeing if you can do that on your own here about 5 or 6 more times. Inhale, hand comes up, exhale, lowering back down. Nice, slow, easy. Smooth movement. Inhaling up, exhaling down. You might notice as the mind gets more and more zeroed in on the breath and the movement. It may be even easier to track for those spaces between the breath. That moment where the inhale switches to become the exhale. Can you get that hand to turn and sync up as the inhale becomes the exhale? Might track for a really subtle pause at the end of the exhale, and you can really enjoy that pause there. Sometimes it can take you into a little organic drift, not holding the breath, but just pause. And maybe by now your hands want to do something more interesting, so feel free to really let the pattern of movement shift and change. You can do some circle movements on your inhale, Reaching the arms out to the side and sweeping up toward the face and then lower. Maybe the palm turns up toward the ceiling, out to the side and sweeps all the way around to the other side of your face. And lower. And all the while, can you track for that little moment of transition between the inhale and the exhale? Getting your hand movement to be as smooth as possible right in that moment. All right, let's go for 3 more of the bigger sweeps here. And now we're just going to incorporate a little bit of a bigger movement, and we're going to maybe this time have the eyes open, and we're going to turn the head from side to side. So as I'm bringing the right hand up on my inhale, I'm going to look at my hand, and then I'm going to track that moment that the inhale becomes the exhale, and then watch the hand come down. So really just following the hand with the eye, inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, lowering down. And if it feels okay, you can also cross the midline and bring it into more of a full circle. So as you raise the arm, you're looking over at your hand, watching for the inhale to switch to the exhale, and then maybe even crossing the midline of the body and coming down. Okay. So maybe 5 more of those on your own. Perhaps pausing at the end of the exhale. Last one. Inhaling, raising the arm up and over, following it with the eyes. And last little arm movement, how this one works is we inhale the palms up to about chest height. And then we're going to exhale, turn the hands and move, sort of like push the hands away. And then we're going to inhale and sweep the energy up to the head and then lower the hands back down. So in the Reiki world, we look at this as a little bit of an energy shower. So if you're a believer in that, you can do that along with us. Otherwise, just do the movements for your brain. So we inhale, bring that energy from the earth all the way up to the heart. And then we exhale and we open the heart and allow it to expand. And then we inhale and we take all that wonderful heart energy and we bring it up to the top of the head, just above the head. And then as we exhale, we're going to shower and even that all the way out back to the earth. So inhale, earth energy comes up to the heart. Exhale, we expand the heart, just intention. You don't have to necessarily feel it. And then inhale, we're going to sweep all the way up to the head. And exhale, lowering all the way down. And what's really nice about this one is that you can do it in whatever way you want. Inhale to heart. Exhale to open. Inhale. Maybe you connect the head and the heart together. And exhale, lowering down to the earth. Let's do 3 more of those in your way. Let this be your practice. Last one, inhale, earth to heart. Exhale, heart expands. Inhale over the head and exhale, sweeping down. For our breath practice today, now that we're nice and focused and calm, probably, I want to show you a breath practice that's from the heart math world, and it's one of my personal favorites. You can do this laying down or sitting. And how this one works is we are going to count the breaths for a few, maybe a minute here. So I'll walk you through the steps. Each one it's a progression of steps. So each one, feel free to hang out at any of the steps along the way and just enjoy. So first step, we're going to count how long it takes to inhale. Get a number there. And then counting how long it takes you to exhale and get a baseline. Maybe do that 3 or 4 times to get a sense. Letting the breath be normal, natural, just your own breath. Once you have a number, what we're going to do is see if we can get the inhale and the exhale to be somewhat close to the same number. So for example, if it takes you 3 seconds to inhale and it takes you 4 seconds to exhale, see if it works for you to inhale to 3 and exhale to 3. Although for a nervous system, standpoint, that exhale being longer than the inhale can sometimes be a good thing for parasympathetic stimulation. So depending on what you need in this moment, if it's right and good for you, see if you can synchronize the amount of time it takes you to inhale and the amount of time it takes you to exhale to be close to the same number. And we'll do that for about a minute. If your breath starts to lengthen a bit, don't worry about it. Just keep counting it out and getting them somewhat the same. And then the next step is to invoke an elevated emotion. So for this to maybe bring to mind the last time you really felt, let's use memory, the last time you really felt an elevated emotion of some sort. Maybe you were joyful or you felt a sense of awe or wonder in nature, or an organic quality of appreciation for the beauty of the earth, just whatever comes to mind, an elevated emotion, love, joy, awe, gratitude, appreciation, any of those. And holding that memory in mind, going back to counting your breath. Again, we're synchronizing inhale and exhale, getting them to be about the same amount of time. And see if you can hold your synchronized breath with the elevated emotion at the same time. Is there a way to really get curious about the felt sense of that emotion in your body? Perhaps even getting a little more curious about the somatic experience of that emotion in your body. So Noticing really, where does it register in your body the most? Maybe even involving the creative part of you to check out, does this emotion have a color? Does it have a texture? If there's a word coming to you to really describe the experience, feel free to use the word to count instead of numbers. So you could inhale joy, joy, joy. Exhale love, love, love. And just finding your own way, synchronizing inhale and exhale, and dropping even deeper into your experience of this elevated emotion or sensation. And I'll give you one more minute to really enjoy. And as always, I want to invite you to remain in your practice for as long as you would like. Stay with it for another few minutes, if that would be good. I will see you tomorrow for another great day of our challenge. And I really want to thank you so much for joining me. And with that, a namaste.